Hey guys, I'm Charge TCG, and today I'm going to be showing you guys this new card game I've been making called Charge-Cardz. It's actually a game that I've been working on for like 2 years now. This is actually the 5th version of the game, which is crazy. I can't believe I've gone for like 5 versions of this. And this, I feel like it's the best version of the game so far. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys. This game is really interesting because it plays a little bit like Yu-Gi-Oh! You have fighter cards, which are kind of like monsters. You have one normal summon per turn, what's called your normal play per turn. They're like the similarities with Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead of having attack points and defense points, you have HP and you have attack. So a little bit different. All your fighters have HP, so they can stay on the board a little bit longer. And also, we still have a back row like Yu-Gi-Oh! So we have like these called special cards, which are really cool. But we only have spell cards. Special cards are basically like spell cards, but we only have the spell cards. We don't have trap cards. Because that doesn't really make any sense. Because special cards can, activate during the enemy's turn. Boom. Just like Yu-Gi-Oh! So like there isn't really much point to have trap cards, if you ask me. Because trap cards just, as you can see in Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap cards just don't make any sense when you should be able to use every card during your enemy's turn, or all your spell cards during your enemy's turn. So you can do a lot of fun things. And because of that, you can do a lot of fun things. Because, like, let's say I set this card, which is a Special Blast, which does 2 damage. Let's say my opponent was trying to attack my card, and their card had 2 HP, whatever they were trying to attack me with. If I use Special Blast, I can kill that. And then I just use Special Blast as a defensive card, even though it's supposed to be an aggressive card. You see? Like, that's so cool. There's, like, so much you can do with that. So that's how I'm going to do my back row and all that stuff. But I think there's going to be other cards in the back row. It's not only going to be special cards. But yeah, just like in Yu-Gi-Oh! To use your back row, you have to either like how you use a special card is either you play it down and you do the effect and then goes discard pile, or you set it down and then you activate it to react to something else and then it goes in discard pile. So if you set it, that means you can use it during your enemy's turn. And if you don't set it, you just have it in your hand. You can't use it. You can't use it during enemy turn if you have it in your hand. You can only use it if you set it. And you only have 4 spaces in your back row and 4 spaces in your fighter zone. So you can only have 4 set cards at a time. So yeah, you can't just have infinite setting cards. You can't have like 6 cards set or whatever. I doubt that you would really do that, but like you can't. Just so you know. Another cool mechanic in this game is that you have your fighters can switch to guard mode like this. And if you're in guard mode, that means you get one like free block. Where like let's say your opponent attacks you with a different card. Let me just get something like, how about this? Let's say your opponent attacked you with, okay, let me just, yeah, there you go. Let's say your opponent attacked you with this card, right? If I'm in guard mode, he would break my guard mode, but I wouldn't take any damage. But if he were to attack me again, then I would take damage, right? But he would need another card to attack me with. So I would need to get, hold on. He would have to have another card to attack me with. So he would use his first attack, boom, to break my guard mode. And then he'll need another card to attack me. So if you switch your cards in the guard mode, it just raises your survivability basically. It's a good, and also in a one-on-one situation, if they hit you with your guard mode, they can't do anything else then. So yeah, guard mode, it's a really cool mechanic. It allows you to protect your weaker cards and all that. It's really fun. It adds a lot of mind games to the game. It's really fun, especially when there's like a lot of cards on the field. It adds a lot of mind games. But also, the one thing about guard mode is that effects ignore guard mode. So effects, like let's say effect damage ignores guard mode. Let's say like I do 2 damage with this effect, I just do 2 damage. Your guard mode doesn't get broken, but you still take the damage. The guard mode doesn't protect you from effects, which is really interesting. So it adds like a lot. There's a lot of interesting counterplay to a lot of different things. There's always counterplay to stuff. So you can counter a guard mode. There's a lot of counterplay, which is really fun. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game. But yeah, but now I'm just gonna show you like some of the cards I've made so far. This is Zapdash. He's like the main character. He's like in all of my Charge-Cardz games. I don't know why. I just like it, man. I think this art was really good. I think I like the art. It's better than most Zapdash arts. I like it. He's just riled up using his like electric powers. Oh yeah, and also there's elemental types in this game. So like Zapdash is a thunder type, and he gets a bonus to water. So that's as you can see, I took a lot from a lot of different places. Like I took like type bonuses from Pokemon. I took kind of like a defense-ish mode like from Yu-Gi-Oh! And like back row from Yu-Gi-Oh! But like I also put my own unique spin on it. So there's a lot of like interesting things happening in this game. So if you like Yu-Gi-Oh! You're probably gonna like this game. If you like Pokemon, you may like this game because it's a little bit more slower pace. Like I feel like Pokemon, you would still probably be able to get into this game because it's slower pace and just quicker, but like not too quick. It's quicker than Pokemon, but it's not like as fast as Yu-Gi-Oh. So you may like this game also. So yeah. Yeah, back to Zapdash. He has the effect Zap. Once during your turn, do 1 damage. And also, DMG means damage, because not everybody knows that. I thought everybody knew that, but not everybody knows that. So I just put that on him because he's the first card, so you're probably going to see him first, so you know ahead of time. He's going to be probably in the starter deck, so just so you know ahead of time, boom, Zapdash does that. There you go. Next card is Zip. Zip's he's one of my favorite cards. He's one of my favorite characters in this game. He's a Thunder type, and he is a 4/3, so he has 4 HP and 3 attack, and he has a bonus against Wind types. And then he has the effect Zip Speed. This card can't switch into guard mode, but it can attack twice per turn. So yeah, which is really cool because that means you can't go into guard mode. We get boom boom 2 times. You can do 6 damage in 1 turn, which can win people. It can win you the game. Zip has won a lot of games where if you play him late game, where like you're not supposed to have a lot of resources, Zip basically gives you 2 cards in one, basically, because you get 2 hits in 1 turn. So he's really good during late game. So yeah. But yeah, obviously he can go into guard mode. So if you have a way to stop his attacks, then you don't get wiped out by Zip, then you're gonna kill him. Then if you can hold 2 cards on your field, you're probably gonna kill him because he only has 4 HP. So yeah. But he is a really fun explosive card to play every now and then. I know what I'm doing right now, sorry. I'll just do that. Alright, this is Neb. Neb is he's a normal type. There's not really much interesting about him, except for he has effect. But he's a 7/1. Which is really bulky. That's really bulky. A 7/1 is super bulky. Zip can't even kill him. Zip can't kill him with 2 hits. That's really bulky. So yeah. Yeah, he's a good card just to play down. If you want to conserve your field, have at least try to keep something on your field. Yeah, he's a good card. Yeah, that's him. But he also has a nice little what is it called? Information effect where you gain information from. It's called Nerd's Wisdom, which is a pretty funny effect name. Once during your turn, look at one of your enemy's set cards. So you just get to look at one of their set cards, you get to look at it, boom, once during your turn. And now you know what they have set down, so you may be able to play around it. Then we have Special Blast. Like I said, you can do 2 damage during your turn, you can set it, do 2 damage, There's a lot you can do with Special Blast. It goes through guard mode, 2 damage, there's a lot you can do with it. It's crazy because it's such a simple card. This is Heal. Heal 2 damage. You can do a lot of things with Heal also. Like, let's say your card would die here. Like, let's say, hold on. Let me just make up something interesting happening. Okay, so let's say your Zip's at 2 HP because your opponent special blasted it. So it's at 2 HP. And then now, Zapdash can attack you with 2 and you die here. And your Zip couldn't go into guard mode anyway because he can't. So what do you do here? Let's say you have like a set heal. If you set heal, they attack into you. You heal 2. Now you're at 4 HP. And then now you survive the 2 damage. So it allows you to live something that you shouldn't live. And if you already healed already, your opponent wouldn't hit you. They probably would have went into guard mode and done something else. So like there are like some important times where you do want to do heal because your opponent may do something else if they knew you were more healthy. So like mind games, guys. There's mind games. There's a lot of mind games in this game. And the next card is Draw. This card's pretty simple. Just gives you some draw power, like every game should. It's definitely not Pot of Greed though. But it is a good card. It's pretty good. There's some effects that like being there's some cards that like being discarded. I think in my notes at least, not cards I've made yet, but like cards for the future. I'm gonna make some cards that like being discarded. So like this could be a good card. You discard a card in your hand and then you draw 2 cards. It doesn't feel that bad. It's you just don't do anything really because you don't go plus and you don't go +2. You just stay neutral. You just lose 2 cards and you gain 2 cards. So yeah, but yeah, there's sometimes where you want to do it. Sometimes you don't want to do it. Oh, okay. This is a rank 2. So if you haven't noticed, all the other fighter cards have had have had a little rank thing at the top, says rank 1, right? I can pick up the cards. There we go. I can't even pick up my own cards. It says rank 1, rank 1, rank 1, right? This dude over here says rank 2. And how this works is that to be the player rank 2, you need to discard, or no, not discard, you need to have 2 rank 1s on your field, right? And then you get rid of both of them. So you need 2 rank 1s to make a rank 2. So like 1 plus 1 equals 2. Makes sense. Boom, you get to play rank 2. And then something interesting that I just added this version of the game is that when you do this, you don't get discarded. They don't go to discard pile. You shuffle them back into your deck. Because what I've noticed in the previous version of the game, playing a rank is cool, but it just feels bad because you go -2. Technically, he has the power of 2 fighters, but he's still 1 card. And it just feels bad. It feels bad, right? So what I did is that you shuffle them back into your deck, so then you go +2 in card advantage, because now you're not in card advantage necessarily because it's not in your hand, but like you get +2 in your deck, so then you get to last longer in the game. And also you get to recycle these cards. Like let's say this is at like 1 HP, this is at 1 HP, you get to bring them back, and then now you get them again. It just feels good. It makes everything feel good. That's how I like to see it. So yeah, that's how ranks work. It's a little bit more simpler than how Yu-Gi-Oh does it, but like, you know, there's still like some like board building in this game where you want to build boards and do certain combos and like, you know, use certain cards to make another card. You know, there's a lot of board building, but like it's very simplified. It's a lot more simplified than Yu-Gi-Oh, where like you just need 2 rank 1s and then boom, you make it. There's not like any heavy requirements like Yu-Gi-Oh, at least yet right now. So yeah, we have Turbo Dash here, which is like a more power up version of Zap Dash, which is really cool. And his effect is wait, let me just tell you his stat line. So he's a 7/4 Thunder type, and he has a bonus against Water types. And then his effect is Turbo Slash. Once during your turn, while this card is in guard mode, discard one of your enemy's special zone. Discard one. Whoa, I always read this card wrong and it gets my nerves. Once during your turn, while this card is in guard mode, discard 1 card in your enemy's special zone. If you do, also do 2 damage. So what that means is, like, let's say there's something on your opponent's field that could threaten him, even though 7 is pretty high. But let's say like he's low or something and he could die here. Switch him into guard mode, right? Now you're in guard mode, you get protective effects. But let's say your opponent has something in the back row to counter him being guard mode. Like, let's say they had like a special blast, so then they could just ignore the guard mode. What you could do is that use his effect, pop their back row, pop whatever is in their back row, boom. And if you do, you do 2 damage. So it's as if you still got to attack that turn, which is really cool. And you're in guard mode. So he did all that and you're in guard mode. So he's really cool. Usually he's just a 4 beater because his effect doesn't do anything unless he switches into guard mode. So, but yeah, he's cool. He's cool. He's simple, but also if you want to use his complex effect, you can. All right, next up is Rookie Shielder, another normal type. He's a 6/2. His effect is Protector. When an enemy attacks, change the target to this card. So basically what that means, like, let's say your opponent was, let me just build a board real quick. Alright, so let's just say that Neb is at like 1 HP. Or, no, let's say he's at 3 HP, yeah. And your rookie's at 6, and your opponent has a Zap Dash. And Zap Dash wants to attack Neb. And then, first Zap Dash uses his effect, do 1 damage. So now Neb's at 2. And then now Zap Dash doesn't want to attack with 2, and then Neb's going to be dead here. What you could do is use Rookie Shielder, and you get to redirect the 2 to Rookie Shielder. Now he takes 2 damage, and that allows Neb to stay alive longer. And also what you could do is you could put him in guard mode beforehand, and then now he doesn't take any damage, which is really cool. So now you force your opponent to hit him. And this is not a once per turn effect. You can do this for every enemy attack. As long as you can survive it, then yeah, which is really cool. He's a really annoying card. He sounds broken, but he's not. But he's good. He's not good in every situation, but there's some situations where you like having him. He's interesting. And he's pretty bulky too, so it works. Alright, and then this is a block. Switch one of your fighters to guard mode. So yeah, this is a free switch. You can use this during your turn, and the cooler thing, you can also use this during your enemy's turn. This works really well with Shielder, right? Let's say Shielders are in guard mode. You redirect attack, you block it. They have another attack. Use block, switch him back to guard mode, and that's another attack that he completely negated with his redirection effect, Protector, which is really cool. Now, obviously, you don't need to do this. It's just nice. It allows you to have 2 guard modes in 1 turn. So yeah, this is a good card. pretty simple. And then the last card we have here is Flame. Flame is a fire type, which is new. He's a rank 1, and he has a ×2 bonus against dark types. And he's a 4/3, so he has 4 HP and 3 attack. And then he has the effect Soul Blazer. When this card's HP is 2 or less, give this card +2 attack. So he's a pretty good board breaker. We can just play him down when you're losing, and if your opponent like doesn't have like enough steam to kill him, but they're focused on killing something else. Let's say you have like a rank 2 on your field, right? Let's say you have Turbo Dash, right? They're focused on killing Turbo Dash, so you can kill Turbo Dash and just do a little 2 damage to you. That activates his effect, +2, and then 5 attack, and now he starts going ham and breaks some boards. And also, you can keep him alive longer if you have this. Switch him to guard mode. Even though he's at 2 HP, he can live even longer, as long as you don't have effect damage. So yeah, it's pretty cool. He's a nice board breaker, but at the same time, the only bad thing about him is that, like, if your opponent knows his effect, they're not gonna try to hit him, really. That's the only problem with him. But he's not really meant for the Thunder deck. He's actually going to be in his own deck. He's going to have, like, a Fire type deck. So that's like they're going to be the 2 starter decks. There's going to be a Thunder deck with him being the boss right here. And there's going to be a Fire deck with another boss, but not him. But yeah, you'll see. But yeah. So next video. Next video, I'm probably going to go more in depth with the rules, because I know you guys might not understand the rules, which is fine. I just wanted to show you, like, all the cool different card interactions. That's all I really want to show you. That's all I am. I love card interactions. That's what I love most about card games. That's all I really wanted to show you. I just wanted to show you the card interactions, to be honest, even if you don't understand the rules completely. But yeah, if you're interested in understanding the rules, next video, next devlog, I will show you guys the rules. Charge out. See you guys.